Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Mainstream Media News. My name is Mainstream Media Jerk. The time is coronavirus. Christmas is a time of fun, a time of joy and a time of sharing good fun, joy and happy times with your family, but it's also a time of freezing to death. Sky News has had cameras out on the streets all week trying to find people that might freeze to death in order that we could interview them and try and make you feel guilty about being indoors. Christmas is famously one of the only times that people at the mainstream media give a shit about the homeless, and it's now time for us to attempt to make you to feel guilty and depressed on Christmas morning. For more on this story, we go live to a lady who doesn't care about homeless people but is trying to pretend like she does. Karen! Thank you very much, David. Homeless people have been sleeping rough on the streets all year, but now that it's Christmas time and you're in the warm with your families and you're eating food that you like, it's time to get up close and personal and really find out how people have nothing while you're enjoying yourself. For more on this story, we have a collection of photos and videos here that are designed to make you want to kill yourself. David.
Good morning.
They pace the cold streets of Aberdeen, providing aid to those who have nothing.
Today, we have them mic'd up so that when they say something nice or helpful to a homeless person, you hear every word and you can feel bad that you're sitting at home in a warm house doing nothing.
Are you warm enough?
A group of people who bring help to the homeless in a time of escalating crisis.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Jeremy, how long has the crisis been going on? And is there anything you can do or say to make users feel as though everything's getting worse, everything's getting darker, and there's no hope in sight? Anything like that at all going on down there, please, Jeremy?
I started over a year ago now, and when I started, we were seeing kind of up to 20 people a day, giving them blankets, sleeping bags, food and clothes whenever they needed it.
That sounds absolutely horrifying, Gemma. Is there any way you could start laughing when you start talking about this stuff, just to really sort of show the users at home how much you really care, to sort of start cracking up or smiling at inappropriate moments? Is there any way we could get any footage of you doing that, please?
Now, because of the cost of living crisis.
Homeless people on the streets facing a cost of living crisis. I agree, Karen. That is an absolute knee slapper. Well done.
When I started, we were seeing kind of up to 20 people a day, giving them blankets, sleeping bags, food and clothes whenever they needed it. Now, because of the cost of living crisis and also the homelessness crisis, we're seeing it can be up to about 65 people a day.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. You join us for a live Christmas update on many, many crises. Over 3 crises has already been identified by just one reporter outside of Predemonge. A number has been given, that number has been 20. That was the amount of crises that was going on previously. That's now been way up to 65. The difference between 20 and 65 is how much of an additional crisis we are now facing upon the streets outside Predemonge, where a lady in a high-vis vest continues to laugh at the homeless people. For more on this, we now go live to the lady who thinks it's hilarious that there's a cost of living crisis, Karen. Thank you very much, David. We now go live to an on-street camera where we're going to interview somebody who's so homeless that we can't show you their face or give you any proof that they're even alive or a real person. But what we can do is show a close-up of a shoe and a trouser leg, and we can talk in a very depressed tone of voice, and we can just show you that everything is miserable. For more on this, we've got a guy pretending to care about the homeless in a jacket. Paul.
Talk me through what life is like on the streets at the moment.
Hellish.
Gary hasn't had somewhere to call home for more than 30 years. This winter, he says, is worse than ever.
It's just a nightmare. It's just, you just want to get up. I feel left behind. My situation's bad. And there's no facilities out there now for people.
Gary McLaughlin, next to a shoe and a trouser leg and a coffee cup. Sky News, Bristol.
The most recent official statistics paint a grim picture. They reveal around 250 homeless people died here in Scotland last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, you join us live for a Sky News Live Christmas update. Over 250 people may have died in a town near you. The people were homeless and we never cared about them until you were relaxing and having some turkey. But now we go live to a man shaking his head against a shoe by a coffee cup in a jacket.
There's no facilities out there now for people.
Worrying stuff indeed. For more on this story, we now go live to a lady in the most ridiculous hat we could find.
It's a massive concern. The biggest issue for me within that is the age profile of people. The vast majority are under 45.
Ladies and gentlemen, you join us live on Sky News for a Christmas update special news breaking story. Over 250 dead people are on the streets of Scotland lying in a pile of corpses, possibly. Not only have people died, but some of the people may also be under 45, meaning not only are they homeless, not only are they out there, but they are also young. For more on this story, a lady dressed like a Cadbury's Rose.
That does lead to premature ageing. It leads to worsening of health conditions.
This is a survival mat and it takes 44 crisp packets.
Here in Inverness, Gillian makes sleeping bags for the homeless using old crisp packets.
That is absolutely fantastic breaking news, David. Is there any way you could try and rationalise why we don't just give them a sleeping bag, Paul?
A cost-effective idea with far-reaching benefits.
Absolutely perfect breaking news here from Sky. As you can see, we've now normalised the fact that we should be dressing homeless people in old Quavers packets. For more on this breaking news, cutting-edge Christmas Day story, we go live to a confused lady in a green t-shirt. Stephen.
The group that I'm part of, they got feedback from a guy who sleeps on the streets. And there was like tears in his eyes. He was so delighted with this because it's just life-changing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you join us live on Sky News for a special Christmas Day news report. We've just broken live on air that it's a good idea to put homeless people in empty packets of cheese Quavers. Our source, a woman in a green t-shirt, has said that a man cried when she gave him an old blanket made out of Wotsits. She's so believable that we should now think that things are so bad that people are crying when they give them old crisp packets for them to sleep in. We invite all users to think about these terribly sad and heart-wrenching stories when they're in their nice, warm house watching the television, eating turkey sandwiches. That's all, and good night.